Think about it. We used to have 3 stages of life: childhood, adulthood, retirement. But now I reckon we actually have 7 phases, and we need to get some perspective on it. I think our childhood runs until we get handed that first mobile phone. You know, the one that lets the outside world come in. Then from that point on, we're a teenager, and we're a teenager all the way through until we find full independence. We move out of home, and that's increasingly a lot later in life. At that point, we become an adult, and adulting is more expensive and more complex than it's ever been, with so many layers. Then at the end of adulting comes this window, a window we can step into by choice because we have our children flying free, and we have the opportunity to step back into our life in a new way. This is the phase of life I call our prime time. And I have to stop and point out that we haven't really had prime times like this before in any generation. We just went straight from adulting to retirement. So we have this new phase of life where we have time, good health, opportunity, financial certainty, superannuation, or pension funds if you're in the UK or somewhere else, right? The ability to put together a phase of life of independence in the middle. It's really exciting. Your prime time to me is a stage of life where your responsibilities start to shift, the pressures start to ease, and the financial obligations are lessening. And now it's time for you to figure out what you want to do with your money, your life, your sense of purpose, and your work while you've still got time to do all of those things, right? Leave it too late and you leave the opportunity to chance. But there's 3 phases I see in your prime time. Your setup phase, the phase you get in there and do the work on your money so that your money can work passively for you over the next years, doing the work to compound. Then there's your lifestyling phase. When you know you've got your setup in place, you can start to enjoy life a little bit. You can start to use some savings towards sabbaticals, longer holidays, having a more flexible life. You can start to work with your employer to get that balance right. And then I see a phase called part-timing in hopefully everybody's life, where we can start to do less working and more living, and really start to ease our way into a sense of purpose that comes beyond work. It's a better model, I think, for entering retirement by doing it in our part-time than by waiting and then retiring on a day when we get that golden key. After your prime time comes your epic retirement. There is a phase of adjustment in between, in my opinion. It's pretty hard to get the rhythm change right. But in your epic retirement, you've got much more freedom if you've set yourself up well. You get to use the pension or superannuation you've been saving all your life, and you get to really enjoy your sense of purpose beyond work. This is an important time to look after your health as well. And then, as your epic retirement comes to an end, you have this phase called aging. Now, I think aging is only the last 10 years of your life. I don't think it's any more than that. It could be less if you really look after your health and your sense of purpose and identity. And aging is when we need to be a little closer to healthcare, maybe a little closer to family or the people that are important in your life. Finally, there's frailty, and these are the years where we're usually pretty dependent on others. Put that all into perspective and focus on those middle years, the 25 to 35 years of your prime time and your epic retirement, when you can make a really big difference to the quality of life you're going to enjoy. Get in early and plan it in your prime time, and you can have both a good prime time and a more epic retirement. And that's what I'm talking about. This is Tea and Truth with Beck, where I spill the tea on all my midlife and epic retirement secrets. I've got green tea today. What are you drinking?